now it's time for the fastest growing sports show on the internet today, JD's Rockin' Sports.
What's going on, everybody? You're listening to JD's Rockin' Sports on this Tuesday evening, January 13th. January 13th, the luckiest number in the world, 13. Absolutely. A lot of stuff going on in the sports world right now. Seton Hall just dropped to Butler. Why is that important? I'll tell you why in a second. But in the studio, as always, with me, I got the two Stooges, not the three Stooges, but the two Stooges. I got Harry and Horny. I've got Brent over here.
I'm Harry and Horny, so I don't know what you're going to call Aaron.
Yeah, I know. Which one am I?
You're whatever one he doesn't feel like. But so how's everything going there, Brent?
Doing well. Always excited to be back in the studio.
Yeah, it's fun hanging out with you guys, man. I love hanging out with you guys. It's always a good time. You know, they always say if you want to feel superior, hang around with people that are. Never mind.
Thanks.
Aaron, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm all right.
You're all right.
Busy. The JOB.
Yeah. We're coming up on a busy season. I mean, we're going to really start picking up ASU basketball. We just picked up Seton Hall basketball, which started tonight.
Which is why that was important.
That was important. Miss Veronica Harris was at the game tonight. They actually lost in overtime. So I hope they're not a superstitious group. Otherwise, they won't let us in to cover the second game.
Was she there tonight?
She was there tonight.
Yeah.
Posted some great pictures on the JD's Rockin' Sports Facebook page. Don't forget to check those out. And she'll have an article for us here the next day or so on that game. So, and that was one of the big announcements that I made. We partnered with Seton Hall University for our media partnership, and we also partnered with the Georgetown Hoyas. The funny thing is, I approached Seton Hall weeks ago because Veronica's an alumni. She's run track at Seton Hall. And they just never got back to me. And then when Georgetown approved us, I went back to Seton Hall. I said, hey, your rival in the Big East just let us in the doors. Wondering if you were thinking. And within like 10 minutes, I got a response that said, yeah, of course you can come in.
Why didn't you say something earlier?
Yeah. Within like 10 minutes, I swear to God, they sent a response that said, of course you can come in. You know, but we're grateful. We love it. That's a couple top schools in the Big East that we're now covering. So that's pretty powerful. If you have a school near you that you would like to cover, if you're a fan of one of your favorite teams, obviously you're a fan if you're your favorite team, but if you got a team near you that you would like to cover and get into the media world, let me know. Hit me up, jd@thatsonradio.com, and let me know what the team is. I do know that the Buffalo Bills turned us down. Not really disappointed on that. I haven't responded yet, but I'm about to say that's okay. I'm a Patriots fan anyway. So,
well, and speaking of covering, Mr. Aaron and I will be at the game on Thursday.
Coyotes game.
Having the Coyotes game.
Are we?
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
You guys are in. Really? I posted it in the message form.
I didn't get that memo.
Yeah, we're in, man.
Yeah, he's like, I got both you knuckleheads in the game, and I was like, well,
yes, you did, because I posted. I said I got you in, but you gotta send me an article, and you said okay.
No, that was him.
Oh, okay.
I always have the article.
Well, I figured the wife would
morning.
always speak for the husband anyway, so.
I don't have one of those. So.
Do that out there. You little man crush over here. So yeah, that's awesome. So I mean, we're coming into full swing. We got a lot of stuff coming on here in 2 weeks. We got the Super Bowl. We don't have the approvals just yet for those, but that's actually okay because I can actually do a lot at the NFL Network. Just going to the events and stuff, and take a lot of pictures. And if the Patriots are in it, I don't want to be working that day anyway. To be honest with you, I'd rather be able to cry by myself at home. So that's where I'm at. But I will be covering the PGA Tour event, the Waste Management Open out here.
Tiger.
Yep, Tiger's out here. We're actually broadcasting.
Not in my swing.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Yeah, good luck at 16th on that one there, Tiger. Don't say anything during my swing. I bet you they're going to be the loudest ever when Tiger Woods goes to the 16th.
Oh, it'll be brutal. They'll probably have signs, people dressed up as Perkins waitresses.
Oh
It'll be
my
a blast.
God.
Ouch.
That's bad. That's just bad. So, but we got a lot of stuff going on, and then spring training's right around the corner. 39 days.
I believe so. Pitchers
39
and
days.
catchers will be reporting to camp and everything.
Pitching and catching. Outstanding. Yeah, so I believe we have to approach each club on that. So I'm all over that because we have an in with the Diamondbacks. So I'll make sure that we're at least able to cover them, and then I'll go club by club at that point, see when we can get in and start covering some spring training games, and go from there. But a lot of news. Fox out in Denver.
Kind of surprising.
Yeah, I was gonna say, were you surprised with that? Because I didn't see that coming.
This tells me that Peyton's not going to be there.
I thought the same thing.
This tells me that Peyton's not going to be there. He says he hasn't made his mind, and he shouldn't make a decision. Even if he's already made his decision, I think it's too early to say something, So,
yeah, I don't think he wants to start over. They got a lot of free agents too on that team.
Not only that, but I mean, you got to start over with a new head coach now and a new offensive coordinator.
Dude, probably new playbook, new plays.
New
Like
playbook.
you and I were talking before the show,
Yeah.
but like you want to go through all of that learning and like maybe the hardship and trials that come with learning, then just to hang it up that year and then maybe end on a bad year.
Right.
Been like, well, that was horrible. Well, he was learning a new system.
It's really not a bad year. I mean, they played okay. They weren't going to get past the Patriots anyway.
Oh no, I'm just meaning like in the event that you come back next year and you have to go through all that learning trials and it makes you don't have a good year.
I do want to say that I think I was the only person that picked Indianapolis to beat.
Yeah, you were.
I was. Thank you.
But didn't you also pick Green Bay to lose?
Why? Yeah, I picked Green Bay to lose.
And
No, I
I didn't.
No, I didn't. I picked Green Bay.
I thought you said. I thought
no,
you picking.
but I picked.
You went Carolina, didn't you?
No,
I thought you had one. I thought you had one.
There was one that didn't go through, and I forgot what it was. It wasn't the Dallas game. What was the other? Well, it wasn't the other AFC game either. No, I think I picked everything this week.
No, we were all the same.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah. So outstanding. Okay.
It just shows that we know what we're talking about, right?
Well, I know what I'm talking about. I mean, I know that much.
You don't kick me out when I come in, so I mean.
Well, it's I need some warmth.
Oh, that's right. You make yourself sound. Hey, that's true. But you always say to make yourself smarter. You always surround yourself with people who either lose or don't know as much. So I'll take it no matter which way. The fact that I'm here.
Great, man. You guys are great. Rex Ryan's in Buffalo. Smart move. Good move. What do you
I
think?
wasn't actually surprised because it still keeps him in New York for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're not
It's
neighbors.
not really New York.
It's like South Canada.
It's like Toronto. Yeah.
It's like South
I thought there was an
But he's in
N.
the AFC East. I think that's what you meant.
Yeah, but with regards to that, like I wouldn't have seen him coming out like, for example, him taking like the 49ers, like that I knew that was not going to happen. But the only reason why I thought that would have been a fit was strictly because it does kind of keep him in that area. But other than that, that's the only part I was surprised on.
This is like doubling down. Go ahead, Aaron. I'll tell you that.
I was just going to say I think it's surprising to go to basically the same situation. And there's a lot of I think he can do a lot. He's shown he can do a lot with an average quarterback. And there's a lot of average quarterbacks, including Sanchez. And that was my comment is, hey, they should get Sanchez. And then if they make the playoffs, double middle finger right to the Jets.
He's not getting Sanchez.
He's a free agent.
It doesn't matter, dude.
He can pick up Smith.
With all the bad stuff that happened when Sanchez was a Jet. Are you kidding me?
It's Buffalo. They get nowhere near as much attention as the Jets.
A butt fumble is still going to cause replays no matter where you're
Sanchez
playing.
is good in Philly.
And then they'll blow out the Jets by 30, and they'll put that film back in the can.
But Buffalo makes sense because he already knows all the teams in the AFC. He does. And Buffalo actually beat New England this year. Last game, it was the last game of the season, and it was a loss that didn't mean anything. But still, they beat New England. I mean, they're the team in the AFC East that gave them the most trouble this year. I would say, even though they did lose one game to Miami, but that was early in the season. So, I mean, I don't really count that. So I think I like how their defense is set up in Buffalo. I do. Um,
They have good receivers too.
they got decent receivers. They got a young receiver. They need a quarterback.
Yeah, but they got pretty far with Orton. So I mean, if you get an average quarterback, and the one guy I could see there, other than Sanchez, which is more of a dream, is Hoyer. I don't know if he's going to come back to Cleveland.
Why wouldn't he?
They haven't shown a lot that they love him. They want him
Yeah,
back.
but just from one Manziel's show, are you serious?
I mean, if I'm Cleveland, I'm signing him right away, and I'm
Yeah.
saying you're our guy. We're going to go with you for the long term. But I don't think they're showing him enough love and all this stuff with.
I don't think he's in the
Shanahan.
position to complain about how much love he's getting because there's not too many other teams out there that will take him.
There's a lot of openings. You got the Rams, you got the Bills, the Jets still need a quarterback. Cleveland's going to need a quarterback. Maybe Cincinnati. Dalton's
No.
got questions. Mallett's
Dalton and
Mallett's
Hoyer
a
are
free
pretty much
agent
the
in
wash.
Houston. The Texans are open again.
Yeah.
There's a lot of spots. If Manning retires, there's Denver.
No,
mean,
because
there's
they've
a lot
got
of stuff.
You think
Osweiler.
Osweiler would step into the
Yeah,
starting role?
he's got Osweiler. He's decent. He's decent.
It's tough. I mean, you never seen him. That's Manning's thing. He never lets a backup play. So you don't know. I mean, they took him as a project.
And we're assuming that he's going to retire.
I think he is.
I think he should.
Based on his press conference.
I'm tired of seeing him.
I just think they should just, move Gates up to the big chair and then just say, Peyton, you want to be our offensive coordinator? Put the
Yeah,
helmet.
oh, my God.
shoulder
Can you
pads
even
away.
imagine? Did you just call an audible on Peyton Manning's play? Are you kidding me?
I don't think he'll.
Could you imagine being a rookie quarterback or even Osweiler
I-
getting the call from Peyton in your ear, and then within 3 seconds of being at the line, you call an audible? What would the look be on Peyton Manning's face?
Peyton would be sitting there being like, losing feeling in my toes. like with
He
like a
won't-
stern
he
look
won't
on
be
his
saying
face.
anymore. He won't have those endorsements.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to trade in my my Buick, and I'm gonna have to trade my insurance, my nationwide insurance. Then
Wow.
I think he's doing all right, though.
So is Peyton leaving? Do you think?
Yes.
Do you think he's done?
as much as I would love to see him play another season, I know it's probably a little selfish of me, only because I enjoyed watching him play so much. But for me to be selfish, like I don't want to see him. I wouldn't want to see him come back and struggle if he had like a new system to learn or anything like that. I don't want to see him throw. I don't want to see him turn into a cutler with throwing 3 picks a game because his arm's not there anymore. I would
I
love.
think that's it. I think his arm is pretty much gone.
Well, he was hurt. Quad tear.
And I didn't even hear about that until SportsCenter like the day after. I was like, I didn't know it was a quad tear. I thought it was just a little
Yeah.
hammy or something like that.
I mean, his passes looked bad. Worse than normal. I mean, he's never had a ton of zip, but they looked real bad.
But I would love to see him come back next year. That's only me being selfish because I love the guy.
I
But-
agree too, but
He's
I don't
been,
want
18 years, 17 years?
Oh God.
something like that.
Yeah.
17, 18 years, yeah.
And like you said, he got his ring. Almost had 2, but
That's one thing that's driving me nuts. Is everybody's like, well, he's had 9 one-and-dones. Well, how many teams make it to the playoffs that many times? At least respect that he got his team to the playoffs that many times.
Yeah. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt.
Yeah.
absolutely,
So-
absolutely.
And he'll get a job anywhere he wants.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be an owner. He's got a lot of money. He still owns a
That's
bunch of Papa John's that he's raking in the dough from.
That's true.
that's
Literally.
yeah.
Better-
Yeah.
I could see that. I mean, of what team? Obviously, I don't think. I mean, for him to run his own squad and his own ship, I think he'd probably be pretty open anywhere. But I don't think he's going to be taking a position like in Buffalo.
You think he'd be like Jerry Jones, being down on the sidelines? How the hell did you call that play?
No. He would not say a word. I could see the whole Manning family buying a team at some
Dude,
point.
I cannot see Peyton Manning stepping back and not having anything to do with that offense. I can't see it.
I think he's just gonna be good. He's just gonna sit in the box.
He'll look good doing it.
He's
though.
very stoic.
I can see the Denver Broncos if he is done. I can see him being their offensive coordinator, and then they'll run like the college system where they get up there and they line up. They do a fake hike, and then they all stand up and look at Peyton, and then Peyton calls the real play, and then they get down. That's what they do in college, So he takes a look at the defense, and then he gets the real play. He'll be up in the booth. He'll be up in the booth calling it down to the coaches to signal in.
As
I can totally see that.
and as smart and as controlling as he is, I just don't think he would be one of those coaches who can't be, or players who can't be a coach.
Okay, check this out.
He's like, why can't you read the defense?
But check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Josh McDaniels leaves, and Peyton Manning is Tom Brady's new offensive coordinator.
Yeah, they are BFFs now.
They are, man. Can you imagine that?
You just probably hear it, man.
I think that they would have a blast doing that shit. I do. I think they would have an absolute blast.
I would love to be able to hear the new audibles. I'm sure half the center would be like, did you just say Omaha?
Brady
What the hell am I supposed to do with that?
That would be hilarious. I thought that Brady was going to do Omaha last year when they played the Broncos.
Oh, I'm surprised he doesn't. If he doesn't do it this coming weekend as a tribute,
that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
That would be cool. Omaha. Yeah, the whole game.
The center just stop and like turn around looking.
I've never turned off a Patriots game, but if Brady does Omaha all game, I'm turning that off. I'm sorry. I'm turning it off, and I'm appealing this season. But all right, so the Jets hire a new GM. GM's out in New York. They've got Mike McInerney.
I'm like just Mac. I'm not sure if I can pronounce that.
McInerney from Houston.
okay.
I didn't know he was a good guy. Didn't know. Apparently he wasn't because Houston let him go.
Yeah, I mean, you got to see what they do with their first couple moves. The thing that's interesting to me is these coaching.
There's a lot.
Both the GMs have been hired there, and the Bears.
Where does Fox go?
But I think a lot of teams are waiting for Seattle's coordinators. That's why you haven't seen a lot of hires yet.
John Fox is still a damn good coach. As a matter of fact, he's probably the best coach, the best head coach that's on the market right now.
Well, rumor is that he's interviewing with the Bears tomorrow.
I heard the one with the Bears.
I like that move, and the Bears have never hired anybody with a name. They've never hired a retread guy. They're like, even when they hired Mike Ditka, nobody knew who Mike Ditka was.
So you think they're really trying to push this offense?
Well, Fox is a defensive guy, but I think that's the spot for him. But the team's going to suck for the next.
Well, of course, you need a defensive
anyway.
coach when you've got Cutler throwing picks every other pass.
Well, either you have Cutler as your quarterback, or you trade him. So either way, you have no quarterback. So the team's not going to be very good for at least 2 years.
Unless they trade him for a first-round pick. I wouldn't give him a first-round pick.
No one's going to do that.
But at the same time, if you think about it, is Cutler worse than anybody coming out of – or I don't
think we need to ask you that question.
Draft better than Cutler?
Well, I mean, you got to think, what are the teams with the top picks?
Well, I was just going to ask, are they in the top 10, the Bears, with where they finished?
I think they're like –
Is it 12 or –
Yeah, I'd have to check.
But was it? I think we had this conversation. I'm not sure if it was on a Tuesday show, if it was on a Saturday. But do you trade like one of your quarterbacks for a rookie coming up that has not proved themselves? Like I think it was you, Aaron, that was mentioning with a quarterback.
It depends on what your other needs are.
Well, take the Bears though. They need a quarterback that they just need a quarterback in general.
They also need a defense. They really need to work on their defense.
Okay, but then let me ask you this then. Don't you would you agree with me stating that in the last, let's just take the last 3 years.
Okay.
The problem with the Bears has been quarterback, not defense.
I'm 50-50 on this.
Yeah, I am too.
Because their defense got old quick.
They're 7th.
Urlacher, Briggs,
7th. Okay.
Peanut, all old. They were top players.
Peanut,
that's his nickname.
It's like Booby. I'm not going to call a grown man Peanut. I'm not going to call a grown man Booby.
I'm not going to call a grown man Delicious.
You can call him whatever you want.
No, but I mean, okay, I hear you with the defense getting old, but I mean, since we've been at least doing the show, or even when I was coming on,
yeah, but
we were always
when the Bears were, just like 4 or 5 years ago, when they were playing really good, it's because they ran the ball and they had a defense that allowed less than 10 points a game.
Okay. No, I'll give you that. But right then, they were running the ball; they weren't throwing it.
So,
because they weren't getting it done throwing it.
But I mean, you can keep Cutler and just make sure he runs.
Still have Forte.
Yeah, because you still got Forte. You still got those weapons once they get healthy.
Hold on, I'm looking at there.
But their defense is there's really nobody on their defense. Who, Allen? He's like 60.
Yeah. And I think he's locked up. He's not a free agent. Briggs is a free agent.
Briggs, that was the one I was trying to think of.
Tillman's gone. Probably.
DJ Williams, Jimmy Clausen's a free agent.
They need to work on that defense. That's what I'm saying. What I'm
Zach
saying
Miller.
is you can take that high pick and you can take a quarterback, but then you got a rookie quarterback.
And you don't know what they're capable of.
You don't know what
That's
they're
what's kind of
capable
getting
of,
at. But like
and you still have no help on your defense that wasn't that good last year. So if you at least take color for this year,
you know
okay,
what you would have.
you know what you would have, but that opens up. You can work on that defensive line. You can work on the linebacking core. You can work on the safety.
So if you're the coach of the GM
I'm the
and
coach
you get that
of the
draft,
Bears,
you're going defense.
I'm going defense. As much as I totally dislike Jay Cutler, he's an okay quarterback, and if I can get that defense right, okay will keep me in the game. But when he gets down 2 scores,
you probably
he
have a rookie in there.
he sucks. So as long as the defense can keep the lead, Cutler's okay. Cutler plays great with the lead, but when he gets down a touchdown or 2, he sucks.
I mean, there's a lot of average quarterbacks that are available. I mean, Matt Moore, Michael Vick, Hasselbeck, he's probably going to retire. Locker,
I wouldn't put Michael Vick on any team right now.
Locker, Gabbert, Ponder, Sanchez, Hill, Campbell, Tavares Jackson, Matt Flynn, Brian Hoyer,
Matt Flynn's is a possibility.
Colt McCoy, Mallet, Josh Johnson, Jordan Palmer.
You know what? I think Ryan Mallett would be a great fit for that team.
I don't
for
think
the
he's
Bears.
leaving the Texans, though. I think they're going to pay him. I mean, they've just traded for him.
Yeah, but they traded for nothing
I know, and they haven't seen anything yet. So why not re-sign him and see what you got?
because
Who else are you going to go with? Fitzpatrick? He's gone too. They're going to cut him.
How old is Flynn?
And Case Keenum's a free agent. They picked him off the scrap.
they'll
heap.
pick somebody up.
Oh, I think the Cardinals should pick up Flynn.
Flynn's going to re-sign. He made his money, and now he's just going to live out his career being a backup in Green Bay.
It's not a bad career.
Yeah, I was going to say,
It's not. You got like 50 mil.
yeah.
and when
Take
you do hang it up, you're going to be rich, and you're not going to be like hearing your knees and your joints all crack when you're walking around the house.
He needs to go and buy a bunch of Papa Johns too.
He took a sweet tour to Oakland and Seattle, and then he came back to Green Bay.
Yep, he did. He definitely did.
The other one that's not on this list of free agents is Sam Bradford, because they're going to cut him.
Yeah, I've never been a Bradford fan.
I just don't know if he could stay healthy. But there's a lot of
same knee twice.
average quarterbacks that are going to be out there, and
Did you
that's
hear
all
that
Rex Ryan needs.
This is a pretty interesting free agent season. There's a lot of names out there that could drop. There's really no really big names.
Well,
Just a bunch of okay.
not
names.
free agent, but they released him. But we were talking right before Aaron got in here that you're like, oh, big surprise, Geno Smith got released. It's like, yeah, that fast quarterback ain't not
Did he?
working. Yeah, he got released today.
Wow.
So,
What are
Jason
they
Garrett,
thinking?
5-year extension. They paid the man.
He that man his money.
I think he deserved it. I think he deserved it.
It's a lot of money, and it's a long-term deal for a guy they wanted to fire last year.
Yep. So I mean, he brought you to the divisional round. You know, you won the NFC East with a young team. Brought you to the divisional round. Yeah, I'll keep you around.
Look, I mean, there's a lot of. We're probably going to talk about the catch later, but that play call was crazy. Why are you throwing a 30-yard pass on 4th and 2 when you have arguably the best running back in the league?
I know, but that's because everybody, even I thought they were going to run it, so I thought it was pretty good. I'll take Des Bryant one-on-one against anybody on any down. He caught the ball.
Don't get cute with it. Just run the ball.
Well, I know, but he was inches from the end zone, man. I mean, all he had to do was get it across the line and hold on to it. I mean, because he caught it, switched hands to the left side, braced himself, and then it hit the ground, and that was it. If he would have just tucked it in, over. Game over. You know what, though? But to say that the Cowboys came that close to the NFC Championship game, successful season. Absolutely.
I agree.
Now they have to pay, speaking of free agencies, they got to pay Murray
Mhm.
and they got to pay Des Bryant.
Well, Bryant's been. I mean,
You
hasn't he
can't
been?
do either or. You have to take them
He's been
both.
crabbing about getting a bigger
He deserves
contract
it.
for like what 2 years now.
Yeah, he deserves it. Now he's a free agent, though. Well, he will be. So they have until like February something to sign him.
I'm just looking at this free agent list. LaRue was asking about what's his name? Ray Rice.
Yeah.
CJ Spillers. I think the guys the Cardinals are going to sign.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
There's a lot of pretty good running backs. Gore, Spiller, Matthews, Noshawn Moreno, Mark Ingram, Darren McFadden,
I'd take McFadden here.
Ahmad Bradshaw.
I'd totally
Marco
take
Murray,
McFadden.
McFadden
Here.
could probably work well with the Cardinals system.
Forsett.
They need a big back that can run in between the tackles.
Bilal Powell,
Yeah, no, not Powell.
Matt Asiato, Bobby Rainey, Jaquiz Rogers,
Asiato's going to re-sign with Minnesota.
Matt Leinert's BFF, Joe McKnight.
BFF. Also going to re-sign with Minnesota.
He'll be out on his tail.
So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I can't wait for the free agency period to open up and see what's going on. But, what do you say we go ahead and take a quick break, and we're going to come back, and then we're going to talk about what's going to happen this weekend. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back.
Would you like to own a thriving business and help employ local veterans? The Vetraplex Handyman Construction and Landscape business is the opportunity you've been waiting for. The Vetraplex is your gateway to an affordable startup business with 0% financing for qualifying owners. By owning a Vetraplex franchise, you will be hiring veterans, providing them both income and opportunity, while at the same time providing your customers a way to say, thank you for your service to our nation's veterans. For more information, visit vetraplex.org. Again, that's vetraplex.org or call 928-284-2022.
Breaker, 19. How about that bandage? You got them ears on, son?
Have you ever wanted to be a truck driver? If so, pay attention. If not, pay attention anyway. Southwest Truck Driver Training offers everything you need to get started. You can get hired before you begin training. They've got GI Bill approved training facilities, day, night, or weekend programs to fit your busy schedule. And if you have any questions, no sweat. They've got veteran supportive campuses with veterans on staff to serve you. And on top of that, they have lifetime job placement assistance. Put the pedal to the metal. Call Southwest Truck Driver Training today.
Everyone's going to need an attorney at some point in your life. I'm no different. Hey everyone, it's James from Vets On. Whether it was my last will and testament before deployment or my ongoing custody battle for my children during my divorce, I needed help, so I lawyered up. If you need help, I urge you to contact Capstrom Law Firm. Capstrom Law Firm in Springfield, Missouri services clients throughout the state in criminal law, personal injury, and family law. With over 13 years practicing law, Tom Capstrom understands both law and court procedures and how stressful they can be. Let Tom Capstrom Law Firm and his dedicated staff take the stress and worry out of a difficult situation by calling him today. We feel so strong about the work that Tom and his staff are doing that he'll be a monthly guest on the show. Tom is a veteran and a listener, for God's sake, so you know the guy is solid and will fight for you. Give Tom a call today by calling 417-864-0552 or email Tom at capstromlaw.com. And don't forget to tell him that Vets On sent you.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
If you or someone you know is looking for a new job or career, you need to visit the pros. National Career Fairs at ncfairs.com. National Career Fairs hosts over 300 career fairs a year nationwide. The events are free and give you the perfect chance to meet some of the top employers in your area face-to-face. To find the nearest career fair to you, visit ncfairs.com. Again, that's ncfairs.com. What are you waiting for?
Alrighty then. You listen to JD's Rockin' Sports on this beautiful Tuesday night here from the ivetx.com studios, Scottsdale, Arizona. So anyway, so Garrett deserves his contract. We've already pretty much done that. I can't wait to see what the Cowboys do with a couple more draft picks. Holy cow. They're really stockpiling some talent. So I think they'll probably go linebacker. That's my pick.
Well, they need to go D.
Yeah, they have to go defense, but I think they'll either go linebacker or defensive line. I think their wide receivers are pretty much set. I mean, they'll probably pick one up in the late round, obviously, but I think they'll definitely go defense early, unless for some reason Des Bryant, who is being represented by Rockefeller. So
Isn't it a split though?
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. But I think that Jerry Jones will pay, and they'll get him going. So, all right then. What do we got? Oh, the games this weekend. Let's talk about those real quick. The student has become the teacher. I thought that game was going to be a lot closer than what it was.
Yeah, so was I.
Matter of fact, I thought, even though I picked Indy, I thought Denver was actually going to win that game. So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a little weird. Do you think that Indy actually has a shot going into New England? I think New England beat them like 40-something to 20-something in Indy this year.
It's not the offense I'm worried about with Indy. Would be the defense. If you're going up against Brady.
What'd you think of the quote-unquote trick plays that the Patriots ran?
It's shady, but it's not illegal.
How is it shady if it's legal?
I love.
It's not the spirit of the rule.
It's in the rule. All he has to do is say, "I am ineligible." The ref then turns to him and says, "He is ineligible," and then they turned around and covered him.
Well, here's my thing. I think it's a stupid rule anyway, because I don't think you should have to have a rule that says you have to have 5 offensive linemen when you don't have to have 5 defensive linemen.
7 people on the line.
We have to have 5.
No, you have to have 7 people on the line. That's why you have your 5 linemen and then a tight end and a receiver on the line, or a tight end on one side and a receiver on the other side, and everybody else is.
No, you only have to have 5. That was the whole thing. Is they had Vereen.
You have to have 7 people on the line at all times.
That was why they said Vereen would come in and then he would flank out.
Trust me, you have to have 7 people on the offensive line at all times. You have 5 linemen. That's why when the receivers go out, there's always one on the line and one off the line.
Well, when you go 3 wide, you don't have anybody on the line.
You've got 5 linemen, and then 2 of the receivers, 1 receiver's on the line, the other one's off in the slot, and the one on the right side is on.
Or if you go spread, you have no one on the line. You have 5 linemen and 5 wideouts.
And then
quarterback
2
and
of
running
those
back.
2 of those wideouts are on the line. They're on the line.
Though.
I know, but they're still on the line.
They can be spread out.
I'm not saying like right there in the middle. You have them spaced out.
I know, but you have to have 7 people on the line. You're 5 linemen, and then a tight end or another receiver or something. But 7 people have to be towed on the line.
Either way, I don't think you need to have that many people on the line.
I just thought it was kind of funny when you looked at the post game interviews when you had Harbaugh, mentioning.
He said it was legal. His only gripe was they didn't give us enough time to identify.
They didn't give us enough time to line up and.
I'm sorry,
and
I didn't realize
it
was our problem. We needed to run down the clock until you actually figured out who it was you needed to cover.
I thought it was pretty funny though how Brady was like, well, maybe they need to bust out the playbook because we knew what we were doing.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean. I haven't really seen that type of play. I mean, they're all saying we haven't seen it happen. Doesn't mean you can't. But
you absolutely can.
But what's kind of cool is I don't think that Baltimore was even expecting it, which is why it was a perfect play to call.
The problem was they didn't catch the fact that the Patriots receiver tight end Howie was lined up in the tackle spot.
Right.
But you do not have to say I'm eligible at the tackle if you have a wide receiver's number.
Right.
And he does. Everything they did was legal. There is absolutely nothing wrong with what they did.
I think the only reason why it's getting talked about so much because it was Belichick.
Yeah, but the coach for the Ravens even came out and said, "Yeah, that play was not the decision for the game."
Well, they did it a few times. It's
Yeah,
not
they
like
did
it once.
I mean, it wasn't their
And,
fault.
and I guess Belichick came into the meeting with the refs pregame and told them he was going to do it. So
Yeah.
they knew it was coming ahead of time.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a surprise to the refs.
I love the fact that Edelman finally got to throw a damn touchdown.
First pass he's ever
They
thrown.
drafted him as a
He's-
quarterback
yeah,
out of
out of
Kent
Kent- he was a
State.
quarterback for 2 years.
I sure hope somebody else tells me where he went to college and
Kent
what
State.
position he
State.
played, because I've heard it 1,000 times. I need to hear it 5 more.
Wasn't it Kent State?
Do you want to? No, I thought it was Kent State.
Check it out. It might be Kent State.
I'll check
that
it out. It might. No, I don't know if
Aaron,
it's Kent
what-
State, but
What
it's
position
probably
did
Kent
he
State.
play there? I don't know.
Quarterback.
Well, Aaron,
he's a quarterback.
I have it right
He
up
was a
here.
wide receiver.
No, I have it right here in front of me. Yeah, he was a quarterback out of Kent State. Yeah,
Kent State.
I can tweet it to you if you'd like. I can talk to you about it when we walk to the car afterwards.
Only if we hold hands.
I was kind of hoping I could put my hand in your back pocket and your hand in my
There's
back
no
pocket.
lighting out there either, so you guys do whatever you need to do.
I'm just glad that the Ravens got knocked out. That's all I'm glad about.
Yeah, I'm happy about it. too.
Yeah, that isn't. I'm not sad about
But
that.
I love the fact Patriots first team in NFL history to come back from 2 scores down twice in the playoffs. Awesome.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Well, and
Absolutely love
and
that.
Baltimore ran the ball pretty well.
They ran it
You know,
okay.
It was kind of funny because when we were on the show on Saturday morning when Veronica was mentioning, she's like, it's like he can still run the ball. That's because it's Forsett, right?
Yeah.
He's like, he can still run. And for the first half, I was like, yeah, damn,
I think this is also the lowest rushing total for any team that has won a divisional playoff game. It was like 14 yards for the Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
14 total yards. And they only ran the ball once in the second half, and that was Brady on his
A quarterback sneak. Yeah.
That was it. So I think that is the record for a team that won in the divisional round in the playoffs.
Now, I
The
thought
lowest amount of runs.
I thought you would have mentioned it because if I remember, didn't your boy pass Montana for the most touchdowns in postseason?
He did postseason
49,
touchdowns.
48?
He's up there. He's like 47, 48, something like that. And then Belichick passed or tied, I think, is now tied for postseason wins.
Postseason wins.
So
What's kind of cool is when I was looking at the list there of all the people, I was like, well, obviously, we got to watch Montana. We were obviously a little bit younger, but we got basically for the most part, we've gotten to see all those TDs from Brady. We've seen I would say in our prime, like we have a prime for watching sports, but being like with Montana, we were all little kids, like, still playing like Bill Walsh college football when that was going on.
right.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
The Cleveland Cavs currently losing to the Phoenix Suns 59-46.
Good thing LeBron's playing. I mean, he was at the game last night.
He was at GCU.
He was at GCU yesterday, too.
And shooting around. So I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, so the Patriots moving on, taking on the Colts. Who's your pick? Who you got? Patriots, Colts in New England.
Patriots. I like the Colts to win. They're so up and down. It's hard to say.
Well, right now they're up.
Well,
They're
but like
riding
one
a
week
high
they'll
right
play
now.
great, and then they'll not play so great.
They've got luck on their side.
Pun intended.
We'll see, man. I mean, this wouldn't be the first time that the Patriots have beat down a team in the regular season and then lost in the playoffs. They beat the Giants and then lost to them in the Super Bowl. So let's see what happens. I want to see what else the Patriots have to pull out of their little bag of tricks. I think that's hilarious.
I just think they had a mental hurdle with the Ravens, and so now that that's out of their way, smooth sailing.
It'll be smooth sailing for as long as Brady's the quarterback there. I don't know if Garoppolo can do the same stuff. I don't think any quarterback in the league right now can do the same thing that Tom Brady can. I mean, they're talking about giving him like a year or two to retirement. Shit, from what I just saw, he's got at least 5 years left.
I think it's if he wants to, though.
Well, he needs this ring to tie Joe Montana for Super Bowl rings.
He's already got 5 or 4.
He's got 3. He needs one more.
Thought he had 4.
No, he's got 3. He's been to 5, won 3.
I thought Montana had 5.
Does he have 5?
Because you remember that? Have you seen that commercial about with like?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
a great.
the
He's like,
commercial.
oh, that's a huge accomplishment. He goes and like Montana holds his head up
Yeah.
with 5 rocks on his fingers. I was like, that's a
I think you might
sweet.
be right. No, I think he has 4. But I think one of those was an NFC championship ring.
It would have been a Super Bowl ring if he didn't miss a big kick.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, I thought it was a funny commercial.
that was pretty good. Yeah, everybody else is like, "Oh, I got one of those too. I got one of those too."
What an accomplishment! You hear them all jingling
He just-
together.
What an accomplishment! He throws it out there. I thought that was pretty good. And the leprechaun's the strongest of them all. The NFC. Do the Packers have what it takes to take down Seattle?
I hope so.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would love to see
Is that a yes or a no?
Yes.
Well, you know,
I'm
I
picking Green Bay to beat.
I'm picking anyone that plays the Seahawks. I'm tired of the
That's-
loudmouth fans.
That's not irrelevant. One of them's following us right now.
We're the 12th man.
wow.
So maybe we should get Lance to call in and give us his thoughts on that.
Well, you know he's listening, so that's 602-399-7787.
So, but I don't know.
But I will say one thing, like even with the way it was actually, I think like when the first or second drive when Aaron Rodgers looked like he was gonna run the ball in, they made that throw. I mean, he was barely moving anywhere in the pocket. I would say that he was protected for the most part, but you're going to be getting twice as much pressure on you from Seattle, and with the way that they are on defense, you know they're going to be blitzing that box more, and with the speed they have, they can get people back there.
And he's still hurt.
Yeah, I mean
But that game with the Panthers was really close until Cam started making bad decisions. So I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to make bad decisions.
Yeah, but I'm not comparing Green Bay's defense to Carolina's defense.
I would this year. Carolina's defense is nowhere near as good as it was last year.
Well, I'll agree with that, but still, I think it's a lot better than Green Bay's defense.
Green Bay's defense isn't very good.
I'm sorry, Adam, but your Packers are going down. And I actually have a bet with a Seahawks fan. If the Super Bowl comes down to Patriots and the Seahawks, we've got a jersey bet.
uh-oh.
Yeah.
Who do you have that with?
It's a buddy of mine up in Pennsylvania, Eric Myers, diehard Seahawks fan.
For about the last 6 months when they won?
No, he's always
like the rest of them?
First off, he's a pastor, so easy. No, he's always been a Seahawks fan. He grew up there.
Like their Twitter account that went from 3,000 followers to 3 million after they won?
They purchased those.
Probably.
They purchased those likes. You can do that on Fiverr. So, but I've got Seattle. I've got Seattle, New England Super Bowl. Any objections?
Packers.
Yeah, except that my Packers will be there.
Okay. All right. So looks like I'm gonna be the only one right on this one again.
Well, if I were to switch my team now, I mean, I had picked Green Bay in the very, very beginning, so technically,
That's true.
I still do have a chance for it to work.
Yeah, and that's the one
So-
thing I can't say because I picked the Saints.
Both
bad.
mine are out. So
My bad. But I did pick the Patriots, of course. It's my team. So, what else we got going on? This weekend's games, we got that national championship. Did you watch it?
yeah.
What'd you think?
Well, Aaron, do you want to go on that one first?
It was good at first, and then it wasn't very good after that.
You know, one thing that I was thinking, and Tebow said the exact same thing I was thinking.
Are you quoting Tebow?
No, otherwise I would have had proper APA format, and I would have given you exactly when he said it and where. But he mentioned like
You have to do this.
but I'll give you the air quotes so you know where.
Moving on.
He was saying that like when that first drive that Oregon had,
Mhm.
their running backs were running with power and knocking over linebackers. And that's when I was like, oh god, they're just gonna pound and ground and pound. And that was probably what the entire first quarter and moving into the second quarter. And then it kind of seemed like, to me, that's when Ohio State kind of figured out what they were doing. They were making better reads on defense, and they were starting to contain, like, Dan Patrick, you can't stop. Mariota, you can only hope to contain him. But that's what they were doing. They weren't letting him get out. And then it just seemed like the wheels fell off.
Yeah. I don't think that this should have any
bearing on, like,
it shouldn't have any bearing on, the four that were in there. TCU definitely can't say, well, this is why we said we should have been in there, because you had Ohio State, not only when they beat the number one team in the country, but they won the national championship. So all that talk as far as who should have been in, who shouldn't have been in, they had the right four in there. So I thought it was pretty good. Somebody's got to win the game and somebody has to lose. So, I mean, you can't fault Oregon for losing. They took out the defending champions to get there. So both teams were worthy of it. Ohio State just played a little better.
Well, there's a lot of big things coming out of the game. I mean, I don't think Mariota hurt his draft stock at all. I mean, he didn't play great, but I think he's the number one pick. And then Cardale Jones he can go. He can leave.
Me personally, I would take Gordon as the number one pick.
Gordon.
The running back for Wisconsin. Guy's a beast.
If I'm Tampa, you need a quarterback. I'm taking Mariota.
I know you need a quarterback, but I'm not into these scrambling quarterbacks. I'm not.
I don't think he's going to be as much of a scrambler.
You can't, but that's the problem. You can't take a scrambler and turn him into a pocket passer.
I think you can with him.
You can't. You can't do it with anybody. He doesn't
scramble first. He looks at his reads first. He didn't have any receivers last night. They were all suspended for smoking a joint.
I wouldn't take him first overall. I don't care if he won the Heisman or not. I don't trust any one of them as the number one pick. I would take defensive tackle. I would take corner. I would take a safety. I would take somebody else that is, used to taking a beating and be. I mean, when you go to the NFL level, you have to look at that. Who can take the biggest punishment? I mean, these guys are now going against guys that can hit twice as hard as anybody they faced in college, and they're almost twice as fast. So I'm not wasting my first pick on a quarterback that scrambles all the time. Again, the only one that's worked out in the last 4 years is Russell Wilson. That's it.
But he's not a scrambler.
No, exactly.
I know, but
and Luck scrambles just as much as he does.
He's
nobody's going to call him a scrambler either.
He's a pocket passer.
He has as many rushing yards as Russell Wilson does.
No, he doesn't.
They do so.
No, he
Look
doesn't.
at them; they're comparable.
Really? I'm gonna call bullshit on this one.
Look it up. They're comparable.
I think he just threw that one out there. I'm gonna laugh if these things are like 500 yards difference.
They should be pretty close.
I
know their touchdowns are close. That's for sure.
Wow. Anyway, so you guys talk while I do this.
Well, the big thing is Ohio State. They're going to be back. They got 3 quarterbacks. They got Barrett, Braxton Miller, and Cardale Jones.
Unless Braxton's not going to Florida State.
One of them's going to Florida State because that's where all the porn stars are.
Well, maybe. But he can go anywhere. So he can go wherever he wants and take graduate classes and do that because he's graduated. Cardale Jones has already said he doesn't want to be at school because he didn't go there to play school. He went there to play football. So I think he's gone. And if he puts up good numbers at the combine, I bet he's going to be a second-round pick somewhere.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if we did make the comparison, but I thought because he's 6'5", 250. He's almost kind of like a Russ. I mean, was it
Jamarcus Russell?
Jamarcus, yeah, Russ. I mean, but we saw the guy can move it. He can scramble. I mean, he's got a cannon of an arm,
I agree. So
looks like we might have a caller on the line right now.
Do we? Why don't you go ahead and take him?
Okay, we are live with JD's Rockin' Sports. Who do we got on the phone right now?
Hey, Brent, this is 12th fan, Original Lance.
Uh-oh. We got the 12th fan on there, and it looks like he must have heard your comments on that.
I heard that there's a little bit of hate from my fan base. What's going on?
Oh, you're a new fan? Did you just buy that jersey in January?
This
I
guy,
was born and raised in Seattle since '85, so I've gone through
Like,
all the pain and suffering for
about 4 years
about
ago.
30 years. So you got to let me enjoy this while we're up.
I remember he had the ugliest Seattle Seahawks T-shirt when we worked together. It was about 4 years ago, and he probably still has it. It was
Hey,
a
it's
gray
got
it was
flavor
a gray T-shirt with fading letters and words and stuff.
Well, that just shows it's got some wear and tear, that it's been worn and
And
supported.
he was the only guy in the office that was a Seahawks fan.
That thing soaked up a lot of tears over the years.
Hopefully, it's only been tears.
So definitely, man. Hey, we appreciate you following us, man. I know you're always listening because you're trying to pass a little bit of time to help the midnight hour come up. But yeah, we definitely appreciate you, man.
Love the show, guys. Keep it up.
Well, thank you. Thanks for calling in, man. And Aaron's a hitter. He's a Cardinal fan, so you gotta.
I'm not opposed to real fans, but these ones
Yeah,
that
he's a
are
real
fair
fan.
weather bandwagon fans that'll have a new team in like 2 months. Those are the ones that drive me nuts.
He's a real fan. That one we can vouch for.
But Lance, what were your thoughts about the game?
The game looked good. We went up against a really tough defense against Carolina, so I thought they played their hearts out. They gave it everything they got, but I don't know. There was just something about the playoff magic that seems to be coming back from last year. So I'm hoping we can ride that against Green Bay, but we'll see.
Now, I mean, obviously you were listening before you called in when when JD was kind of asking, do you think that Rodgers would be able to do this, or to be effective against the Seahawks defense, and with Rodgers having a bum wing, or wheel, I guess it should be, but I mean, what are your thoughts on? I mean, obviously you're going to be choosing Seattle, obviously, but are you at all worried about going up against Rodgers?
Always. I mean, that guy's got some bruisers up front that do really well protecting him for the most part. Even since the injury, he seems to be stepping up really well in the pocket, being required to, keep those eyes downfield and not be able to use his legs. He's actually been playing really well for the most part. So as long as they don't try to go with that old game plan where they don't throw to the right side of the field against Sherman, I'm always nervous going up against the Packers and Rodgers. They got 2, if not 3, stellar Pro Bowl caliber wide receivers. They got, again, solid offensive line. So I never look at that as a cake game by any means. That's going to be a tough one right down to the wire.
You said something important there. In week 1 when they played, Rodgers never threw at Sherman. I don't think that's happening this week. I think he's going to go over there.
Or not. That was, I don't know if that was by design or by accident, but it definitely didn't look good.
Yeah, and that was single-handedly probably the reason they lost. I mean, you're taking half the field out of play, so you're limiting your options. It's just bad decision. Just go with the chances.
So, but they've got a new kid stepping up. That Adams kid played really well against the Cowboys, so they're not going to have that Boykins or whatever that other guy going up against Sherman again. So they've got plenty of development, plenty of young guys stepping up for them. So it's definitely not going to be a cakewalk. I'm keeping my fingers crossed on this one.
And the important thing there, tell me this: who's covering the white guy? Who's covering Nelson?
Why you got to be the white guy? Why the hell can't you just be the receiver, Nelson?
Well, last time they put Jordy up against Byron Maxwell. Now he's still going with some kind of a sickness. He's not breathing well in the last game. So we got the young kid, Philip Simon from LSU, stepping up. He's tall and lengthy, like Carroll likes him, but he really didn't look good against Kelvin Benjamin. I know there's a huge height difference, but Jordy has the skills and the speed to really make him look bad. So it's going to be a tough game for him, and he's going to have to step up and really prove that he deserves the chance to earn some time with LOB.
All right. Well said, man. Well said. So you obviously, who do you have in the Patriots Colts game?
My gut tells me that it's going to be the Patriots. They've got just too much of a polished unit at this point. I mean, they got to keep the run game going, but they always are dangerous in the playoffs. But right now, Andrew Luck, it just feels like a special moment for him. So I'm going to go against my gut and against my heart, and I'm going to pick the Colts on that one.
Good.
JD, don't disconnect the call.
Oh, that's cool, man. I hate it when everybody agrees with me, so I'm glad somebody disagreed with me.
You got a great squad, so I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled it out again. Brady's a hell of a guy. He's
They are in
Hall of
New
Fame
England.
style, like you said, but I don't know. Andrew's special this year. We'll see.
They are in New England. It's still winter time. They're not playing in the beautiful home dome. So
He's got that thick beard to keep him warm this time of year.
Yeah. Yeah. But we appreciate you calling in as always, bud. You feel free to call in anytime you want. You definitely help the night go by a little faster for us. So, but yeah, I'm picking your Seahawks this weekend. I think it's going to be, if it comes down to the Seahawks Patriots, you got to come into the studio. You got to come into the studio on a Saturday. So, and we'll have to do like a jersey bet or something.
Oh, definitely.
I'd love to see you in some blue and neon green.
I'm a man of my word. I had to do a jersey bet this year with a Packer fan. So you know what? I'm a man of my words. I have no issues whatsoever with paying up. So I don't want to look too far ahead, but if it's the Patriots and the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, I think that would be a great matchup. And whoever wins deserves to win. So, but we appreciate you, brother. Thanks for calling in.
Absolutely. Thanks for taking the call, guys. Have a great night.
All
right, thanks, Lance.
So that's one of our followers, Lance, and he's over at the job right now. We won't say where because we don't want to get him in trouble, but
an undisclosed location.
He is at an undisclosed location. There you go. Now,
Parts
to prove
unknown.
you wrong, really wrong, how many rushing yards do you think Luck had this year?
He probably had. Well, he had that one game where he had a lot.
I actually didn't get a chance to.
I have no idea.
I did a guess, and I didn't look it up before you. I'm 430.
How much do you think Wilson had?
Actually, no. I'm gonna say about 330 for Luck, and with Wilson, I'll go about 5.
You know what?
Because he had 3 games.
Dreams are made true.
Wow.
That's
Well,
all I'm saying.
you're dreaming.
But do you have an answer
if
that
you
is
think
made?
this is even close?
What's the numbers?
Wilson this year ran for 849 yards.
Not exactly a slouch.
Luck has run for 905 in his career.
And how many touchdowns did he have this year?
Oh, you're gonna go straight to touchdown.
That's what I said.
But no, that was
No, you
908 in his
said
career.
yards.
How many touchdowns?
He
did
ran
have
for
this year?
270. Hold on, let me prove you wrong first. He ran for 273 yards this year. That
Okay.
was the bet.
And how I want to know how many he has in the playoffs because those are when it matters.
Oh my God, are you serious?
He had like an 80-yard run on the Cardinals. Russell Wilson did. So
Okay, so you take
that's
away that
one game.
You take away those 80 yards, it's still 700.
It's still
Don't let Brent do
yards.
math because I'm
He's
going to
still
mess that
That's
up.
what I
800
think.
yards. He has almost more yards this year than Andrew Luck does since he's been in the league 3 years ago.
It's Mama
You-
Calm Clay.
He's
You're not
still
even
smart
close.
enough to pull it down and run when he needs
That
to.
wasn't the point.
That's
That
my
wasn't
point.
the point. That's not what he said. He said they're pretty close in rushing yards.
And then I said their numbers and touchdowns are pretty close
At no time did you ever get
this year.
Let me show you something. Since we're looking at
Oh,
the
my
numbers.
Goodness. 6-3. So we doubled him.
It's pretty close.
For a quarterback, yeah, I can pick any quarterback and get within 10.
All I remember is
He-
in the playoffs he ran into last
He
year.
tripled his rushing yards and he doubled his touchdowns. It's not even close. It's not even close. Not
But when
even.
you have wide receivers, you can throw.
Oh my God, he's just throwing all this shit and see if it sticks. He just keeps throwing it at the wall. Well, all right, that one fell. Let's see if this sticks. Oh, that one fell. Let's see if this sticks. Ah, man, just can't come out and say, you know what, you were right.
I still don't see it. I still think Luck runs well when he runs.
He does.
No,
There's
but-
no
yeah, I
doubt
don't-
about that.
Yeah.
He's a smart runner, but he doesn't really run that much. He ran 64 times.
And I don't classify Russell Wilson as a running quarterback.
He ran twice
He's-
as much.
He's not Kaepernick. He's not Cam Newton. He's not one of those guys who
Then
The
runs.
would
guy
you- then
averages
would you call him
7.5 yards a run.
But that's
per
not his
game.
game. He's not looking to run.
No, right. I mean, and I don't consider him a running quarterback, but he's so elusive when he does. He does it
That's
very
my
wisely.
point, is that I hate when people call him a running quarterback because he's not.
But he is. He ran 118 times. That's 10 times a game.
He's
Actually,
not.
no, it's not.
He's
That's
not
like 7 times a
Manziel who
game.
pulls the ball down and scrambles the first.
But that's 7 times a game. That's quite a bit for a quarterback to start running.
So he runs. Everybody scrambles at least once. They can't all be as slow as Tom Brady.
Tom Brady got in the end zone.
So did Luck.
I wonder who has more rushing touchdowns this year, Luck or Brady? That's interesting. Let's go ahead and take a break. I'm going to look this shit up. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back.
Everyone's going to need an attorney at some point in their life. I'm no different. Hey, everyone, it's James from Vets On. Whether it was my last will and testament before deployment or my ongoing custody battle for my children during my divorce, I needed help, so I lawyered up. If you need help, I urge you to contact Capstrom Law Firm. Capstrom Law Firm in Springfield, Missouri services clients throughout the state in criminal law, personal injury, and family law. With over 13 years